Welcome along, and everybody, to the Red Card Radio News Hour. My name is James. I support Arsenal. That's Brad. He supports Chelsea. Down below, that's Sean. He supports Tottenham. We hope this is the one-stop shop that you guys need for all of your news in and surrounding the Premier League and English football and all that stuff. Hello, boys. How are we? How are we doing?
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Still fantastic. Sean, you're still fantastic.
I think so.
Sounds good. Perfect. All right, let's dig right in. But before we get into it, we would ask if you hit that subscribe button, ring the sub notification bell, all those things on YouTube. If you're on one of the podcast sites, give us a follow. Rate it 5 stars if you've got that option. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what you guys think, and share it with a friend. All those things really would help us out. We would really appreciate it. What we're doing tonight, we've got this is our first news only episode in a couple weeks. So gonna hit the comments, of course. We've got Jimmy in the comments, and then we got to talk this transfer market. So transfer season is in full effect. It's January. So this is the one time where the clubs, the teams can, make moves to help cement themselves going into the final part of the season. If I am to believe our little rundown here, there's some trivia that's upcoming at the end. So you'll definitely want to stick close and pause the video and let us know in the YouTube comments what your guess is for the trivia before you hear the answer. But let's kick it off with the comments. So Jimmy, just quick, and it's really just a trivia update because Jimmy got my trivia question right, which was I was asking which team outside the Big Six had only lost once, but beaten 3, drawn 2, lost 1 against the Big Six teams. And he got that right. It was Brentford. So, big ups, Jimmy. You're crushing it. But he got Sean's question wrong. Sean's question was a doozy.
But he did get the trip up.
Yeah.
He did get the trip up. The one I thought everyone would answer.
Yeah.
Which was almost correct. Almost correct.
So
very close to Vardy.
If you're curious to know what Sean's question was, check last week's I think it was the preview episode. Maybe it was the review. I'm not really sure which one it was, but just watch both of them. Just watch both.
Watch both. And watch the preview, then the review, because I think it's on the review.
Yeah. Do it in that order.
I mean, watch the review, then the preview.
All right. Transfer market's open. Just general question for you guys. How do you all feel about the January transfer window? Is it net positive or net negative, do you think?
I think can be very interesting.
Do you like it? Do you like it or do you dislike it, Brad? It could be very interesting. That was not the question.
I do like it because it lets a team that's like a piece away have a shot at getting a piece for the back half of the league.
Okay,
shakes things up a little bit. Right?
So you like it, Sean? How do you feel about it?
Ask Joel how he feels about the January market. Ask Tottenham fan how they feel about the January market. We brought in Kulusevski and Bentancur last year and saved our season.
Might have saved they have been huge signings for you guys. So yeah, I think.
But yeah, ask Joel about it. Definitely saved their season.
I think, yeah, true. I think I generally like the idea of the transfer window. Gives teams a little bit of opportunity to change things up if things aren't going right, or to strengthen when they need to strengthen. I will say that it does tend to lend itself, I think, to transfers that are a little bit less logically sound, maybe. Like things tend to be a little funky in January, but I think I like it.
That's a really good segue into Weghorst. Because
the panic vibes.
Because what in the world in his time at Burnley made United decide that's a guy that can help us be in the top four?
So what I'll say about Weghorst, so what you don't, just to catch everybody up, Manchester United, it seems like will sign Weghorst from Burnley. And now
they're basically paying Besiktas the money that they would have to break the loan.
Correct.
To do the transfer is essentially what
Weghorst is currently on loan from Burnley to Besiktas. And I looked, he has 8 goals so far this season and 16 appearances. So like he's good for a goal every 2 games, which is not fantastic
in Turkey.
in Turkey. But okay, but I will say this: he came into Burnley last year, and I thought he played very well in a very very bad Burnley team. So he was one of the few shining lights in that Burnley team last year. So you put him around, put him in a team that is better equipped. Now, I don't know if Manchester United specifically are equipped to utilize his skill set. The wingers at Manchester United, I don't necessarily think are passing wingers per se. So that's going to be a little interesting to see how they handle that. Weghorst is pretty good in the air. He's going to be a kind of a target man for them. A very different profile from what Rashford is or what Martial is. But I guess the talk is that they need one, and it's cheap. It's going to be really inexpensive for them for 6 months. It's like they're paying Besiktas like 3 million or something like that, and then
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
benefit. It's a cheap option to see what he does, and maybe you sign him long
and I
term.
mean to be fair,
Huh.
like it is kind of a clown fiesta right now to see who really wants that 4th spot. Like if we're looking at Spurs, like Spurs are wildly erratic. United have been very good, but they started off exceptionally slow. Chelsea are miles off the pace. Liverpool are off the pace. And you kind of look at Liverpool, and it seems like anyone could beat. Liverpool could either beat you by a million any game, or you could beat them. Like so, who knows what you get when you play Liverpool? And
They're 7 off the pace.
yes, they're 7 off the pace, but I guess what I'm saying is that like they're also
Yeah,
erratic.
20 games
They're
left.
also
Correct.
erratic. And then Newcastle are up there, just living their best life.
I was going to say,
Vibing.
and Joel will probably take offense to this, but I would say that Newcastle, Tottenham, and Manchester United are taking full advantage of Chelsea and Liverpool having poor seasons, because those 2 spots behind City would normally be Liverpool, Chelsea.
Probably, yeah.
With the way Arsenal's playing. I'm just throwing Arsenal in because of the way they keep playing this year. Despite my doubts, that there has been nothing to show that they're going to slow down anytime soon. Despite me every week thinking they can't keep getting away with this, they just keep doing it. But that would normally read Arsenal, City, Liverpool, Chelsea, and then whoever else.
I think,
and Joel probably
I think
disagree
the
with
thought
that.
process is it would read City, Liverpool, Chelsea. Just ignore that there's somebody above City right now, because that's abnormal.
Like I'm not just saying that because I'm the Chelsea fan. I think all 3 of us would agree that like fully healthy, fully functioning, those are probably the 3 top clubs.
No, you're just
should have been the
bad.
3 top clubs.
No. I still contend.
You're just bad.
I still contend that Arsenal's team is better than Chelsea's this year, and I said that at the beginning of the season. You can check the sheets of integrity. I've said that Chelsea have every summer Chelsea failed to address their biggest issue, which is goal scoring. Their midfield keeps getting older, and
we try. Hold on, we try to address that issue.
We'll get to Chelsea.
We spent like 300 million pounds on that position.
We'll get to Chelsea in just a moment, but like I said at the beginning, I said at the beginning, I didn't trust Chelsea, and I still don't trust Chelsea. I did say I thought they would be better in the second half of the season, which I still think can be true. But I don't think coming into this year that Chelsea were the 3rd best team in England.
Sean Stradamus just miscalled the Chelsea meltdown year by 1
Yeah,
year.
true.
That's it.
True.
I knew it was coming. I just called it last year.
Kind of feel it in the air, smell it.
Yeah.
Last year was the easy year for you to call a meltdown.
It felt like a meltdown.
All right. So speaking of Chelsea, Brad, why don't you regale us of what Chelsea has been up to? What has old Todd Bowley and Graham Potter, what have they been up to?
So we have 3 official signings and a 4th one that should be confirmed tomorrow.
Okay.
3 signings, 1 loan, I should say.
Right, so break it down.
So we've signed a striker, David Fofana from Mold, which was where the alien Holland first started his rise before Salzburg, before Dortmund.
Oh, confirmed.
So hopefully
confirmed.
So you didn't sign the Leicester Fofana?
No,
we signed him too, but that was
You got 2 Fofanas?
Yeah, 2
Yeah,
Fofanas. We need a third for we need a third Fofana in the
they're
midfield.
going for number 3. Now, I will
I want to be the
what
Fofanas.
I what I would
I'm here for
what I
it.
would say about this Fofana cat that you guys signed from Mold is that you're skipping the Salzburg Dortmund steps. So
The development steps.
yeah. So I
Yes.
think you're missing a couple
I
key
think-
steps in getting a new Holland.
Going to two of
I
probably
think
the
he's
most
going out on
renowned
loan.
academies in the like
I think he's going out on loan. I think we're gonna take a look at him and then send him out on loan. I
You-
think that's what
you
Graham
should-
Potter wants to do.
you should loan him to Salzburg.
That would be amazing. I'm here for that. But I don't know if they like us very much because we kind of stole their sporting director, Vivel.
All right. What else?
Then we picked up Santos, Andreas Santos, supposedly a wonder kid from Brazil. We beat Newcastle and City to him.
Right.
Again, another player that's probably gonna be loaned out, but he's a center midfielder. And we also signed a central left-footed defender, Benoit Badiashile. If I said that right, please give me props because I probably butchered. I know I got the last half right. I don't know if I get the first.
I think
half.
you got Badiashile correct. I think that's how you say his last name.
Yes.
Yes. But the reason why I specifically didn't read the rundown here and speak it myself is because I wanted to. I wanted to see if you could.
Wanted to see.
I wanted to see if you could do it.
I tried so hard, and I meant to write Benoit there, so I would just say his first name and be like easy.
Nah.
So, and he's a central left-footed defender from Monaco. I think he should be.
Isn't that where
in rotation? This
Isn't
year.
that where Thiago plays, or does he play on the right?
Thiago plays in the center.
If he's left-footed, he would play on the left.
I don't know if Thiago's left-footed or not.
Either way, look, Thiago's 38. We have to find.
Oh yeah,
something there. And I mean, I think Levi comes back in. I think our backline of Badiashile, Levi, and Fofana is dope if we're doing 3 at the back.
Time out. How do you feel?
Please give me a breakdown on Badiashile.
All right, regardless
of why you think that's going to be your center back of the future.
No, we're not getting into that because Brad is an expert on Ukrainian football and he's an expert on French football.
In Monaco.
French football.
Yes. Ligue 1. Please tell me what you watch Ligue 1.
I
don't know. I don't know what channel it's on, but maybe Sean can tell me.
Pretty sure it's on BN Sports.
It's on BN.
But Brad, how do you feel about Cucurella? Because he's been getting cooked in the last couple weeks.
Cucurella's our wing back.
Yeah, okay.
Not a left back.
Okay, but he's been getting cooked.
Cooked. He's the reason why that. Well, he's the secondary reason why City, in the league, City beat Chelsea. First reason was Kepa. Kepa should have got to that ball. Kepa should have got to that ball. Oh my God.
If you think about it, he's the reason you drew to Tottenham too.
Oh, that's funny.
2 points, sir. 2 points, which we lost.
The only reason I ask about it is so you guys signed. It's funny you say that he's the Cucurella might be the second reason why you guys lost the City, because was this 3D chess by Pep being like, oh, I'm looking at Cucurella, I'd like to sign Cucurella, and got Chelsea in there to buy him.
I was like, oh no, we should buy him. You know what?
Was this?
I don't know how to categorize this summer's transfer window. A, injury,
calamity,
but B, chaos is the best way to describe it.
Chaos, but would assume. I think chaos is too high praise. I think calamity is the way to look at it because you guys signed a center back who is perpetually injured. He's been injured for the last 3 years. You paid $80 million for him, and wait, spoiler alert, he's injured. You signed
a 30-year-old center back.
You signed Cucurella, who is, I think he's been up and down. I think he's been up and down. Yeah. He's been decent, but he's not been great. You signed the 30-year-old in Koulibaly. And then to address your goal scoring thing is you signed Sterling from City, who was never the guy at City, but was just a player in the system.
Still banged in 20 goals a season. So I can understand why.
20 goals a season.
He did for City is what Brad's saying. That he's saying he did for City. And then you
banged in 20 goals a season for City.
And then you signed Aubameyang.
Yeah. And then fired the guy that wanted Oba.
What is going on here?
You forgot that part. You forgot the part where we fired the guy that wanted Oba.
You know how I know that Brad is just hurting for goals? Is that whenever he brings up a player's goals, he includes every competition they've ever played in. Like whenever I talk goals, I'm like,
Premier League
yeah,
only.
Kane's good for 18 to 20. When he's talking about Sterling, he's like, man, they banked on 5 in the League Cup, boy. They're good.
Oh, that's
Hold
funny.
on, I'm gonna check his stats out too while we
So,
still
so
talk
Sterling,
because we have a fourth player here to talk
yeah,
about.
Brad, who is the fourth player that you guys signed?
The fourth player that is coming on loan,
please tell me his
because of
goals per game average.
his goal, he's fourth in the Liga for goals per game average.
How many games has he missed?
He's played in 14, started 7. João Felix will be coming to Chelsea. Probably by the time you guys are hearing this, there will be some sort of announcement. From everything that we've seen in the Twitterverse, he is already in London doing medicals. Contracts have been signed. We are just waiting for the official announcements.
So
I
And
am I'm going to go on the record. Sean Stradamus will have spoken that by the time the transfer window will have closed, João Felix will be injured.
that sounds about right for Chelsea players right now because, like, I think the only
He's 150 pounds, Brad. He's 5'11, 150 pounds. He is a string bean, and he plays center forward.
yeah, he's gonna get bullied by Premier League defenders. But at the same
I will say I know, I
time,
think
like I think Sean, you are vastly underestimating his skill set. I think he's a very good player who will be able to produce goals and create goals and be in good position. He's probably the smartest player in this Chelsea center line, which I don't think is saying a lot. But like I think he will. I think if he puts himself into good positions, he'll be able to score goals. Um, what I would what I would say about this is you guys paid 9.7 million pounds to
loan fee.
that's loan fee and wages, so like it covers everything. So you guys are all in for 10 million pounds for 6 months, which is an astronomical amount of money for 6 months.
Hold on.
It's
Keep
it's a
going.
lot of money for a player. And apparently this is the comments that I've heard is that he picked Chelsea because of the project. He thought the Chelsea project was better than Arsenal, than United. But he's also signed a contract extension with Atletico that takes it to 2027. So he just signed a contract extension and then went on a 6-month loan because the project was better at Chelsea. I think the project that he chose was he didn't want to play for Arteta or Ten Hag because they would have demanded more of him in training, in games. I think he went to the manager he thought would be easier, and Graham Potter.
I don't know. That could be true. I think in terms of game minutes that are guaranteed,
Certainly, that's the thing.
he chose the correct place. Whether or not manager influence had anything to do with it or perceived work rate had anything to do with it, I don't know. But do you guys remember Mr. Odion Ighalo, who played for Manchester United for a 6-month time period?
Who is this?
Do you want to know how much?
Yes.
Odion Ighalo he went from Shanghai Shenhua to Manchester United.
Yes. I'm aware.
What, 2 years ago?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm aware.
2 years ago. For the grand sum of 10.5 million pounds as a loan fee.
That's insane to me.
And he now will actually be playing against Cristiano because he plays for Al Hilal.
He's in Saudi Arabia. Okay.
Which I think is their big rival.
He's just chasing that bag, boy.
I mean,
yeah, he wanted that money.
Get your money.
But he played in China before that, so you know he was trying to get his money.
Get your money.
Yeah, chase your money, boy.
I'm cautiously optimistic that Felix can bang us some goals because let's be real, we need some goals.
That's true.
He's a fraud.
Sean, are Spurs going to sign anyone, Sean?
We appear to be fairly close to Pedro Porro, Portugal.
Okay.
Actually, I believe he's Spanish.
He's from City. He was sold to Sporting 6 months ago.
Yeah, I think that's an expensive deal, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think it was in the 40s.
45 is his release clause.
Yeah,
so
45 is his release.
20. I think it was like a 15 to 20 mil they paid City for him.
We're gonna have
at the end of his contract.
We're gonna have to trigger that if we want him. That's a right back. You guys know my stance on Hakimi. Not gonna happen. I would like to see another center back come in, and if the funds allow a right wing would be helpful. If Richarlison doesn't have, towards the end of Everton, he got hurt a fair amount his last year there, and then so far here he's been hurt a little bit. I would like to see somebody else that can play on the right. Although Gill's been playing pretty well, so maybe we won't need that. But those are the main three I would like to see, and then that's the main three.
Are you forgetting for your best player in the Premier League plays on the right?
Kulusevski?
Yeah.
I said a backup right mid. I mean a backup right forward.
I thought you said a right winger is what you were looking for. Then you said Richarlison, and then
for
you moved
depth.
forward, so I was really confused.
For depth, because if Richarlison's not going to be there, so if Richarlison's not going to be there, then we need somebody to spell Kulusevski, or if he gets injured again.
Why is Richarlison hurt?
Yeah.
He was for a while, and then I think he got re-injured, but
came back from the Cup.
So he got injured before the World Cup, rushed back to the World Cup, played injured at the World Cup, and then came back to Spurs and was like, I'm not really fully fit. I wasn't really fully fit to play for it, but it was the World Cup. And everyone was like, yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Pretty much.
All right.
And then Bentancur, well, we got depth at center defensive mid, but Bentancur got hurt at the World Cup too.
Yeah.
So,
but
we don't need depth there. We need this is an order of importance: right wing back, center back, backup right wing.
Do you think they get them all done, or just?
I think they probably get two, and they're probably two expensive ones, and I'll live with that. If they come back from the end of January with Vardidal and Pedro Porro, I'm good with that.
Okay.
I got a question though. Real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if Spurs do nothing? Does Conte stay?
No, absolutely not.
I mean, Conte's not leaving, because then he's forfeiting the rest of his money.
His contract is up.
Yeah, in June.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's what
Does Conte leave at the end of the season?
He's gone.
I'm sorry. Yes.
If he's not back, he's not rolling into the summer, rolling the dice that they'll back him in the summer.
Yeah.
No, he's not here.
So, all right. Arsenal, the rumblings are only Mudryk at this point. Like whether or not we'll sign Mudryk or not. I mean, I would like them to, but whether or not he's worth 80 million is
it's more than that. That's a luxury spend for a first place team. And like, do you really need it?
Well, do you
need an $80 million player? That's the question.
We kind of do need cover at across the front line. We're thin in attack right now. It's 80 million. It's like 85 million pounds, Brad. 100 million euros.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So like,
make sure we're talking the right number.
Yeah, the right currency. Yes, like. I'm okay. I'm okay with that deal around 55, 60.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
I don't know.
I don't know if that gets done.
I don't think it gets done either. At that point, I think Shakhtar are like no. So I don't know. We're Arsenal fans are going to be feeling really bad if we don't sign anyone in January. And like there was a precedent set last year where Arsenal aren't going to sign somebody just to sign somebody unless they fit the project, unless they are good for the project, they're not going to sign them. And so clearly he's good for the project. Clearly he's been identified by Arteta. Adu is clearly trying hard, but whether or not they actually get it done, I don't know. So that's about all we've been linked to. We could probably use a little bit more center back depth, or not center back, central midfield depth, but that seems like it's going to be addressed in the summer. So,
I mean, you guys don't think Leicester takes like 15 mil for you to take Tielemans?
I don't know if
instead of letting him go for free.
I don't know. I mean, Brendan Rodgers has come out publicly and said players who are out of contract in 6 months and don't sign a new contract should be sold in January. So if that's what their manager is saying, then I think that Arsenal should throw a cheeky 10 million bid at it and say, he's out of contract. We'll give you 10 mil for him right now. Clearly Tielemans can do a job, but he'd be back up to Xhaka. He wouldn't start for us. So
he should just For a Mudrak, you should just throw in Tyranny and call it a day.
I love
30,
no.
30 in Tyranny.
No, I love Tierney. Tierney is
30 in Tierney.
Tierney's irreplaceable.
Yeah.
How about 30?
No, he's not. He clearly is not irreplaceable because you have to replace him every third week because he's injured.
He hasn't even been starting with Zinchenko there.
I want Tierney.
Back up left back.
I want Tierney on my team for forever. I need to buy.
Yeah, he'll be on the IR for forever.
I need to buy.
He'll be right
I
there.
need to buy a Tierney jersey before it's too late. All right. Yeah, that's about it. It's a trivia. You guys say you have trivia for who wants to go first, Brad or Sean?
I've got quick trivia,
Okay.
so Brad, go first.
All right, I changed mine here. I changed mine.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I did, but it's still good.
Not that we knew what the first one was, anyway. So
I know, but this one we're doing it a little bit differently. We haven't done this version yet.
Okay.
All right, over the past 10 years, Chelsea has had 8 managers. How many can you guys name?
In the last 10 years,
Since 2012, 2013, we have had 8 managers. That's like what, one every year and a half, maybe.
you said 8 total.
Yeah.
I'm at 4 right now, definitively.
I think I've got 6.
Oh shit. Okay.
All right. Can you do 7?
I cannot do 7.
Potter, Tuchel, Sarri, Conte, Mourinho, and Ancelotti.
No.
No Ancelotti.
Ancelotti was 10
Before
11.
that?
It was 10
Oh,
11.
so
Yeah.
right
You
before.
missed Sean Frank Lampard.
You missed the easy one with
I
Frank
missed Fat
Lampard.
Frank.
You missed Fat Frank.
I thought you had 6.
Ah.
I thought you guys would have 6. I didn't know if you'd have 7 and 8.
All right, so who are we missing?
Numbers Goose Hindick
Goose Hiddick. I forgot about Goose Hiddick.
and Rafael Benitez.
Benitez.
The year before that was Roberto Di Matteo, who won the Champions League.
So I was gonna say
and then Ancelotti.
I was gonna say Di Matteo, but I wasn't sure how long ago that was. So my 4 were Graham Potter, Thomas Tuchel, Frank Lampard, Jose Mourinho. Those are my 4 that I had.
You forgot Conte?
Come on, Conte.
I know. My mind went blank on the Italians because you guys had 2.
All right.
So that was a good one.
It's decent.
My trivia is a little bit more streamlined for you.
Yeah.
All right. There are 4 active players in the top 20 all time in assists. So my questions 1 and 2 will be number 1, who is the highest active player? And number 2, can you name the other 3? I will go. My hint is you will never, ever get the 4th one. Because I would have never in a million years guessed one of these players. So again, for the audience at home and to stall for these guys, I will say the questions again. In the top 20 all-time assists leaderboard, there are 4 active players. So the questions are, number 1, who is the highest ranking active player in assists? And number 2, who are the other 3 players?
I think I have the highest, and I think I have 2 of the other active.
I have 2 of the 4. No, I only have 2 of the 4.
All right, James.
All right,
who is the highest?
The highest is Kevin De Bruyne, yes?
Absolutely. Ding,
100%.
ding, ding.
All right.
Ding, ding, ding,
I
ding,
think
ding. He is actually, for reference, just while we're here, he is number 5 all time in the Premier League. He is, I'm on the Premier League website, so this should be updated to date. He is 7 off of Frank Lampard.
Okay. My next person, I think, next behind him is Andy Robertson, right?
Wrong.
Oh, but
he is not in the top 20, which goes down to 62.
Okay.
By the way, so Kevin De Bruyne was at 95, Lampard's at 102. The 20th place position is 62.
Oh, I had
Anthony Robinson.
I had Andy.
Andrew. Yeah, he's not on the list.
Probably Trent.
I had Trent also. Yeah.
Neither one.
Okay, I had both Andy Robinson and Trent on there. So.
I have one that I think we Harry Kane.
No, I would have figured he'd be on here too.
Wow.
But no. All right, good. Fun for me. So the one I thought you would get, and you guys both danced around
James
it.
Milner.
Well, James danced around
James Milner.
James Milner. is the second highest ranking. He has 87 assists. My boy, Christian Eriksen, 14. He has 72 assists. And the one you guys were never, ever, ever going to get is Ashley Young. Because one, he's still playing, question mark? And number two, how does he have that many assists?
Brad, what team is Ashley Young playing for, Brad?
He is on Aston Villa.
Yeah, the Villains. I knew that. You didn't have to say it. I knew it was the Villains.
All right, good. All right, that was a good question. That was a good question, Sean. I like that. All right.
That was a really good question, Sean.
I hope, Jimmy, when you listen to this, I hope that you did better than we did. I'm sure you would have gotten James Milner. Because
he's gonna pull Milner.
I was thinking players who have been around a lot, who have been in the league for a while.
That's why I thought you guys would pull Milner.
Yeah, I thought about him
because he played for City forever, then now Liverpool forever. Now he's about to collect a military pension for 20 years of service.
I think he's played for that. Anyway, we're done here. Thanks for tuning in. If you could do all those things that we talked about again, hit the subscribe button, ring the sub notification bell, give us a follow if you're on the podcast, 5-star, all that stuff really helps us out. Hit us up on Twitter. That's at KSBradG. Down below, that's at Whiteheart_Sean. I am at James Tiffany. Check back in tomorrow because we've got a preview of Premier League football coming at you. It's match week 19. So get ready for that. But until then, have a good one.